Hello, and welcome to my show. Welcome to the Zion Variety Hour. This show is something I wanted to do for a while, but originally I was gonna have something funny planned, like the Far Cry 3 intro, like not the Far Cry 3 intro, like the show itself. That was like a little mini series, like hello, welcome to my show, like that one. But unfortunately, I didn't really think about that, and setting that all up and having to line up the camera and all that is not fun, especially for people who have to do that, genuinely. So we're not gonna do that. Maybe like a later episode. But with this one, I thought we'd do something that was more interesting to me, so you can get to see how I'm gonna act for a genuine start of the first episode of the show. We'll be talking about Halo for this one, which I thought was very cool. We'll be having a guest on for the interview about Halo Infinite in the recent seasons, and the last one will be a book review. Key warning: one, professionalism, booty water, doo doo. I'm not gonna be really professional with this one because it's my first episode. I was nervous, but yeah. And another very key thing is 3 segments were originally planned on the script, but by my choices, I decided to exclude the first one, which was about the bathroom problem. Which we're gonna come back to that at some point. Maybe we'll talk about it. I don't know, but hopefully you enjoy the show. We'll come back here at the end, same outfit and everything. Yeah, thank you. And on with the show where it's out. Hello, welcome to the second segment of our show. I thought we'd talk about something I really liked, which is mainly Halo. So I brought on my friend who I've been playing Halo with since I'd say before, during intermediate school going on now, my friend Eli Michael Valentine, don't know I said government name, but I think it's funny. So, go ahead and introduce yourself, do a quick introduction.
My name's Eli. I'm a good friend of Zion. We've been friends since elementary school. We used to play the game a lot. We played Halo, we used to play Minecraft, played Call of Duty sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But for today's focus, we're gonna see and go over the new improvements, what things were added since we played Halo Infinite last time, since launch. So that'd mainly be armor, shop prices, some recent game additions that I think are really good, could be bad or good, and also failed promises that they still have not brought to attention now. So number one thing we should go over is the armor, because when we were playing it, that was a key problem for me. I really hated it, genuinely. Now there's barely any cross armor customization, which I think that was pretty bad. What do you think about that?
With cross armor customization, I think a lot of the armors they tried to implement were bland. A lot of the armor that they tried to make, it's a lot like the others and military and a lot of people enjoy the customization for having cool characters.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I think. That's why they introduced a lot of the gladiator stuff and all the old era kind of things. Yeah. That's cool to them, and I found that's probably why they added all that stuff. Everybody wants to look cool, and especially in a game like that, it's a first-person shooter, yeah. Of course. So being cool and having that aspect of a battlefield is what they work for.
Yeah, and I think with Halo, personal customization is a very key part of the game. That's what drew me in, the art style and everything. And the armors are adding, which you can go into the shop prices right now, way too expensive.
Very expensive,
For example, before we start filming right now, we're talking about how in the shop, it is close to $30 for a pack of 3 Spartan armors. This is all together, which I think is really bad for a price-wise. They're overpricing a lot of things for their barely selling anything. This is a key part of Halo. You can barely even earn any armor. I think the only thing you can earn is colors from campaign.
Yeah, and with their previous seasons, they didn't really perform well either, and it's like a desperate grab at people trying to get money from them because I mean it's not a personal opinion, but at the same time they want that money.
Yeah.
They need the money to keep making things, but if they won't make what the people want, then they're not going to get that interaction.
Yeah. Which going into that and what the people want, I think the company right now has been focusing on that a little bit shop-wise. As I said, no, they said they're going to focus on that and improve it a long time ago, which goes into false promises, which they still have not fixed. Because originally they were decreasing prices, as you remember, but then for some reason happened, someone was fired or something, and they dropped the prices. Increased the prices by way too much. And I lost my train of thought, but we're doing good. But on the overprice of the armors, that's still bad. Shop-wise and community notes, they're listing pretty well. Was it the new battle pass is like close to $5? I'm like doing it right now. Compared to the other ones, which is close to like usual battle prices was like $10 around there.
$5 is a really good thing, and
Yeah.
battle passes are usually listed expensive because there's so much that you get in them. But Halo, their customization is so like there's so much of it that they want. In my opinion, I think they want their audience to have as much as they can, and like. With what they have, they could do a lot more. They could definitely do a lot more with what they have.
Yeah.
And having that option to be able to get all of that at such a low price is great. That's
Yeah.
great for people.
What I like about the new battle pass is, even though it's $5, you can still spend on it. The entire thing is free. You can still earn all the armors. You know Halo Wars 2? All
Yeah.
the Spartans and all that? They're selling that armor right now, which you can unlock now, which I think is very good. I love the armor. Great customization.
That's great.
Yeah. But right now, they're selling it, and you can earn the entire battle pass free. If you buy it, you get like, the old assault rifle from like Halo CE and all that?
Yeah.
They added that now if you buy it for like just exclusive, which
That's
I think is
great.
really cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I think if they're listening to the community, I think that's a clear sign. But they are trying. They're trying to improve the game more and more.
Especially when they added Forge, the community was a huge part.
Yeah.
A huge part in Forge.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Forge maps in Halo Infinite?
I've only seen a couple. I have only online.
Since they added Forge and like a couple updates ago, it has heavily improved. Now they added full AI, which you can fight now. Like you can do full custom campaign missions, which I tried. Which is like right now is a server browser, full custom events, and all that. Like Halo 5, MCC, which I think is amazing.
That was great.
Yeah.
In Halo 5, that was 80% of the online community, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I used Trench Warfare was great.
Trench Warfare was awesome. Like we said, earlier seasons, as you know, I bought season 1, which I'm still not done completing because I like to do things usually. But I think that was not good with them listening to the community. They thought I think we should add battle passes. I think battle passes are a really bad idea in general.
Battle passes are in a lot of games, and it's a thing where if a game doesn't have a battle pass, that game's not going to succeed. Like 80% of games now have a battle pass because of the people interaction and because of that customization. Especially in games like Fortnite and like Call of Duty, like they have that because it allows people to have that customization. But at a certain point, it'll get to how item shop prices are, like $30, $20 for singular items. And I agree, that's a lot as well.
I'd say, what other recent additions have added? Co-op has finally been added to campaign after 2 years, which I think, co-op is very important to Halo. That's what brings people together and playing the game. That's what was introduced to me. I introduced a lot of my friends to
Biggest
Halo.
part since Halo 2.
Yeah.
One of the biggest, greatest parts. I definitely enjoyed a lot of those long nights staying up and playing Halo till like 2 a.m.
Yeah, that was very key memories for me. Playing Halo just late at night, that was very good. Server browser, which we already brought up, very positive thing. Well, a few new weapons were added. I think, well, not even a few, like only one, which I think for Halo, that's not really something good. They added the DMR from Halo Reach and all the other games. That was recently added without a scope. It's basically the same, which I don't think, it's not very interesting to me. Which I still think it's good they're adding new weapons. I think they're trying to improve the game more. What else? Forge is good. And Forge is heavily improved on compared to older versions. Improved scripting compared to Halo 5. You can fully code in a story, which I think is amazing.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah,
it is sick. I really love it.
Halo 5 had more of that scenic view. Like a lot of people made like a lot of scenarios with Spartans and the Covenant because like they got the option to have like the character models.
Yeah.
But I noticed that there wasn't any like real story going on.
Yeah.
Like there's not really any kind of voice lines that you can put into it because obviously don't have the voice actors of the Covenant.
I think like with Halo 5, you know how the Covenant, you really couldn't spawn it in. All you could do is spawn in dead bodies and pose them like this really stupid way. With Halo Infinite, as I said, they fully added AI, which you can now have like full, as I said, custom missions, awesome checkpoints. I really recommend it next time we hop on it. What else? Firefight, custom firefight maps are awesome, which is very shocking to me. I don't like raid-based stuff, we know that, which I think is very good, like Forge-wise. What else? I don't think really anything else has been added. other than like one or two new maps, I don't really play. I think multiplayer is very key, but I don't really play it like Halo-wise like anymore. I don't take it competitively, which I think is pretty good.
Competitive gameplay in Halo has definitely decreased since, its prime day, but it's still fun. SWAT, is SWAT still in?
Yeah,
SWAT was my favorite.
I love SWAT.
SWAT was great.
I was no life in Halo 5 SWAT, real bad. But let's go on and get on like the most like worst part of Halo Infinite, the failed promises, which for 2 years was really bad. Nothing was being added. They were just adding Battle Pass and just called it a day. And like we said, what was one? Co-op was very important.
Co-op was huge because
Yeah.
a lot of people want to co-op for a long time, and
Yeah.
that they had that free roam map, and everybody was like, "It's huge! Like
This would be awesome to play with friends."
It would be great to play with friends, but then they were like, "No, you guys can play by yourselves."
Yeah, you gotta wait a minute.
Yeah.
Then with another thing, co-op. Remember how split screen was promised?
Yeah, split screen was promised.
And it wasn't in the game, but people found out split screen is possible.
How?
But they found a way to, it was like very tedious. I can't even explain it myself. They found a way to like break Halo a little bit, where if they got a bunch of people, they'd split screen it, which was crazy. For a blue screen, we'll show that. I think we'll add that in post. But the split screen, that angered the Halo community.
Ooh,
Very bad.
I bet it did.
Yeah.
Because split screen is it's a couch. It's the couch gameplay that symbolizes Halo 3's entire community.
Yeah.
Couch play back then was a big thing in games, and that's what made the rage and everything too. Like
Yeah.
when there was back in Halo 3, there was always somebody, if you lost or if you died, like somebody's always screaming at you, or like somebody's mad at you, or let's say an enemy killed you, like you're getting trash talked. Like,
Yeah.
like there's always something against you if you're talking to those angry people back in 2005.
Yeah. But even then, that was still part of the community. It was funny. People never really took it seriously. But if you get doxxed on Halo, I don't. I think that's just funny all in itself if you get doxxed on Halo. But it really never got that bad with Halo's community. And until they removed co-op, in my opinion. Once co-op and they started like focusing more on competitive play instead of like having the community be all together, I think the community got worse.
That made me very angry personally. I can agree, because there was countless times where I've been with family members, friends, and I want to play Halo. Like there was so many new things and like even bosses that were added to Halo Infinite that I could have experienced with friends instead of playing alone, and that if that was added sooner, I agree that could have been a way funner experience.
Yeah. Which, going to the co-op thing, the bosses were not meant for co-op. They did not plan that at all. For example, when you play in Firefight, when there's a huge team of Spartans attacking one brute, let's say the final boss, Eshram, his health does not go down. Every time you like unload a mag into him, his shield goes back down and immediately goes right back up. It doesn't work. They did not focus on co-op enough, and they're thinking that they can make it up now by adding it. I don't think they can.
Games like that, when games implement crazy health systems like that, they'll nerf it, but they'll nerf other things with it, and that'll decrease community value with it, because then they'll start taking away things that people like, and that could definitely create an issue as well.
Yeah. But overall, what would you say of Halo Infinite, like over the improvements now? Would you say it's more positive or negative, or is it just it's just something?
It's definitely gone somewhere, but the item shop prices, that makes me, tedious with everybody, because it's obviously I don't have the $30. I don't want to put out $30 towards a video game. Like it's only something I'm going to enjoy for about 6 months at most if I play it. But still, I agree that they made very positive changes, especially with co-op and all the customization. Like they had great customization for a while, and then adding co-op was easily probably the best thing that they've done to that game yet, because Halo is generalized around all that stuff. So,
yeah, and I would have to agree on the item shop price. That is the key negative to me, because I was like, you know what, this new armor looks awesome. I want to see you and try it. See you experience Halo in a new way. I want to see you have fun with it. The exact second I looked at it, it was not good. But overall, I'd say this was a pretty good interview after what you said. Halo Infinite were very key insights. But thank you for having me on, and thank you for watching the show.
Thank you for having me on as well, man.
Yeah. I hope you come back and watch the show, and hope you also enjoyed having the interview.
I did.
Especially as unprofessional as it is now. But thank you for watching, and hope you watch the next segment, or this is where the episode ends. Thank you. I don't know how to end a segment. We'll call it like that. Hello, welcome to the third segment of our show. I thought we'd do some more relaxing, more a bit interesting to me, but probably not as interesting to many people, and that would be a book review. The book review we'll be doing is about the previous topic, but more not really connected to the most recent game, and that would be Halo the graphic novel. Halo the graphic novel is like a series of short stories, all featuring different artists, writers, and all that, but all somewhat connected to the current time the comics came out. And this is like a collection of like comics that don't come out anymore. And what are the stories? The stories would be the last voyage of the Infinite Sucker. We'll put a pronunciation of that on screen, where I don't know how to pronounce that. And that is the story of an elite squad who is sent to investigate one of the ships who they mysteriously lost contact with, which, that one, amazing story. That's all I'm going to share about that. This one is this book is most definitely rated M. I should have said that first, but this book is decently brutal in the beginning. But what I'm going to say about the first one is that, because I think you should read that one yourself. 2 is about armor testing. A retired Spartan tests out the armor that Master Chief wore in Halo 2 and 3 against a team of ODSTs. This one, I want to talk about this one a little bit because this one has a Spartan, which if you, I'll elaborate on ODSTs. This one just really caught my mind. This one features a Spartan from, which if you know the lore of Spartans, they were originally kidnapped children. Yes, I did not stutter. And they all get like specially augmented with all the super drugs from the UNSC, which is basically the military. And they become a giant supercharger. They look like grown adults, but they're really not. And later in the story, she says, "I have a family, and I'm retired." The implications of that is not good, genuinely, if you think about it. Because did she not share that she was a child? I think we should talk about that, but we're not gonna get into that because I have a time limit. And third one is breaking quarantine. The ODSTs, sorry about that. The ODSTs are like a special forces thing. They're like they drop in from the sky from this giant like carrier and hit the ground. I think they're really cool. They have their own spin-off game. I love them. The third story is about breaking quarantine, the story of how Sergeant Johnson, a very key character for the original Halo trilogy, managed to escape the flood in Halo CE's mission, the original first Halo game. 343 Guilty Spark. That one is all right to me. I mean, the art is okay. Not the art is okay. The story is okay. Art is amazing. And 4 is the second sunrise over New Mombasa. This one expands more on the invasion of New Mombasa, as seen in Halo 2, which didn't really get enough screen time, genuinely, by making a civilian the main focus. Civilian, bad pronunciation. By making a civilian the main focus of the story, which I think improves it genuinely. But what were like the main positives and negatives of the graphic novel, though? Positives, as I said, the art was amazing. I love the art in it. I'll show some on screen as we're going through it. Second would be the first story. The first story is a very good key part of this. It's decently famous among like Halo community diehards and lore nerds because it features a really well-known character, like a Spec Ops commander. I forget his name right now. We'll have it pop up on screen. And he explains how he lost his jaw in combat to give context before and how he knows about the flood and all that. The flood is like a parasitic zombie thing, fungus of it's something I'm not gonna get into. If you want that, I'd say watch a video, genuinely, because I'm doing the review. You should watch that because I could not even get into that within this time frame. Another positive is the bonus gallery that comes with the book. After you finish all the stories, it has a giant bonus gallery featuring just a bunch of different artists, all the different takes on Halo. Not really different takes, but featuring well-known artists for the time. What else? Gives backstory to certain things that I think would have been decently important or cool to know, such as I said, are like the Arbiter, not the Arbiter, the Elite. And the Elites are the main aliens of the Covenant, which I think is a very awesome story about them. How Sergeant Johnson survived, how the Ashley's armor was tested and all that, which I think is amazing. But unfortunately, I got to talk about the negatives, one of my favorite franchises, and that would be for this book. One, the other stories are just okay. The first story about the Infinite Sucker, we're going to put another pronunciation on screen, for that one is just, again, that's the best one. Out of all those, the other ones are simply just okay, not as interesting. But that genuinely is just the main negative of that. The other stories just weren't as interesting to me. So they're still good by themselves. I would recommend it. Overall, I would say decent book. Art is amazing. First story is great. The other ones are, I would say, just give them a read, see what you think. But rating, I would say 3.5. 3.5 out of 5, not out of 10, because that would be hard to do that, for me specifically. But thank you for watching, and hopefully you watched to the outro, and hopefully you watched this segment for the book review. And yeah. Hello, and welcome to the end of our show. Hopefully, I'm really hopeful that you enjoyed the first episode of our show, which again, this one was like a very key thing to me. I thought it would be something cool to talk about, and as I said, the first segment was cut. But I like to say one very key important note. Thank you for watching, and I'd like to say a special thanks to the Austintown Schools for giving me the chance to record all this, let me post on YouTube and all that. Because I was very happy and excited to host my own show. Very, very thankful. To the digital media class in general, I'm happy they're helping me make this. I'm very happy I was given the chance to do this. And to you, the viewer, I am very thankful for that. You decided to stay to the end of the show, give it a chance. If you didn't enjoy it, that's fine. I'm happy that you at least decided to give the episode a watch. And but if you did like it, or something, we'll find a way to do that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you come back for the second episode of Design Variety Hour. I don't know how long that one will take. Probably should take less time now we have a basic thing down. But yeah, thank you for watching, and hopefully you come back, and we don't have an outro. We'll learn how to write. I'm not a very good script writer.